So the other day I got a small package from the States of my custom printed silk. So in one of my other little videos I showed you some of the painting I do. So I take that and I manipulate it and I create patterns. And one of those patterns was this one. And this is going to be for a skirt. So I had a test print done on one of the skirt panels to see how it's reading. It's silk organza, so it's sort of somewhat transparent. It's going to have a lining under it. But I'm really happy with the color and how this has turned out. You can sort of see it's quite, it's lots of blues and greens, but it translated really well onto the silk. So I've got more coming, and then I have some other silks that I'm doing for another piece. So that's all really exciting. And then here's a bunch of netting that I got just last week. A box showed up with stuff, so that's all. I've done a little bit of prep work on that. That's going to become part of the skirt. Here's the top layer of my skirt, all scrunched up here. It's pretty massive. I've got all kinds of stuff hanging in my living room right now because I have a tiny house, so everything becomes a workspace. And then here in the corner, this is something I started working on last year. I started looking at plastic last year and looking at what could I do with plastic bottles. And so I've been kind of working on some totems using scrap fabric and plastic, and I've been doing these wraps. So it's sort of an ongoing project, hoping to get enough of them to do some kind of exhibit at some point. So here's stuff hanging in my living room. Here's my little garden. So when I'm in project mode, my whole house just turns into a workshop. Stuff migrates. So yeah, there's kind of, it's a creative mess for sure. And I'm doing a presentation tomorrow at a kids' school in Calgary. So I've been pulling stuff out of storage and getting things together for that. So this is the usual state of my kitchen table. I use it for soldering. I'll sometimes, because there's good light from the window, so I like to work there. And there's usually, I hardly ever eat at the kitchen table, unfortunately, because it's usually got stuff on it. It's also a great place for painting because I really like the light. So yeah, that's the state of affairs in my house. And so you can see I have a nice little garden out back, and I sometimes get deer visiting. But now it is time for a coffee.